off the shores of DK Island. You know, DK, if you were not obsessed with bananas, I would be shocked. Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason, and welcoming you to my Let's Play of Donkey Kong Bananza. This is actually kind of interesting for me because other than remakes, I've never really done a Let's Play of a game that has come out as close to its release date as this. For those of you who did not see my posts on Twitter and YouTube, I made a post asking if people would rather see Donkey Kong Bananza as the Let's Play 39, or if they would rather see Hyrule or The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. And obviously, by a landslide, to nobody's surprise, Donkey Kong Bananza managed to win. And I'm completely fine with this because I honestly wanted to make an LP of this as soon as possible, primarily just because of my experience with the game. I think this is like literally one of the best games I have played in a very long time. I have enjoyed it so much. The story is fantastic, the characters are great, and I just wanted to get my thoughts out there in a way that pretty much is like, you know, a Let's Play. So anyway, we are here in Ingot Isle where we are in a mining operation. Yeah. Oh, DK, you looked pleased as punch. You must have dug up one of those golden bananas. Folks are finding gem-like bananas all over this mine. It's a yellow letter day. I bet there are some more buried up ahead. Yep, so we're pretty much miners. We are going mining for Banandium Gems. That is what these bananas are called. These are what is known as Banandium chips. We can trade these at any chip exchange. We'll go into what those are a little later. Yeah, so one of the biggest things. Also, we got to go to our options here. Mainly because when it comes to controller, I need to switch what my functions do. Okay. I have been playing through this game with B being my jump button, mainly because A being jump just felt weird, so it's like B being my jump and Y being punch. Still, it just feels better to do it this way, honestly. So, yeah. You can do your preference any way you want, you know, nothing wrong with keeping the classic, but it's just like for me, I am so used to my B button being like the closest thing to my movement button or like my attack button, so yeah, that's just how I'm going to do it. But yeah, so the primary gimmick of this game is pretty much everything is up for grabs when it comes to destruction. You can pretty much destroy the ground as long as it's not, you know, a place you can't access. So, like, example here, this is an unbreakable floor. But pretty much, as long as you can break it, you can explore pretty much any part. And it actually makes for some really cool hidden things later on. It makes for some easy grinding up of Banandium gem chips, as well as just gold in general, as that is going to be our main form of currency for this game. So yeah, we're going to be getting into a lot of what some of this stuff does. Obviously, this is like kind of a tutorial area, so we're not going to be seeing everything. But we will be getting into more about like what everything does as we get further on along. Okay, so looks like we found our next banana. I gotta say, this is like one of my favorite things. I love the way that they say banana. It was, I think any of my streamer friends can agree that like, it is like one of the most addictive things during like your first playthrough, and even like during speedruns and stuff. Just like, it is so addictive to just be like, oh, banana. DK, you can't just snack on another monkey's banana like that. Oh, it's fine. There's plenty of bananas hiding in here, ripe for mining. Smells like there's more treasure down below. Alright, so we gotta punch downward. If we do, we will find ourselves in a little alcove of sorts. And then we drop down, and we're in the ancient cave. I also like how they are snacking on Banandium Gems. It's like you're pretty much snacking on jewelry. Because it's a Banandium Gem. It's a gem, but it's like apparently edible? It just sounds confusing. Anyway, go ahead and do a midair dive punch on that. And we gain access to a bigger area. Here we'll find a little bit more gold. Like I said, we are going to want to pretty much destroy... You're going to want to destroy a lot of ground just to try to get a bunch of gold because the gold is kind of just everywhere in this area. So go ahead and hit that. Get ourselves a what was that? Was that a bananium chip? I think that was. Wasn't paying attention to that. We can break all this, get ourselves some more gold. What a sight. Indeed. Banandium chip there. There's also some banandium chips over here with a new gimmick. If we press R on our controller, which for those who are you actually playing this on a Switch 2, because obviously it's a Switch 2 exclusive, and are using a Switch 2 Pro controller, I sadly cannot relate. I am using a Switch 1 Pro controller because I was not able to afford a Switch 2 Pro controller, so alas, we gotta, you know, gotta deal with what we got. I will eventually get a Switch 2 Pro controller, but it's just not gonna be right now. Coming up here and smacking this, we get ourselves a checkpoint. This will pretty much allow us to, you know, if we die at any point, we'll spawn back from that checkpoint right there, and they have a bit more of a practical use later, but we're not going to get into that just yet. Oh, and there's a hidden Banandium Gem here. Digging up a snack. I will definitely say, just like Mario Odyssey, because to nobody's surprise, this game was made by a section of the Odyssey team, you know, the 3D Mario team, and I will say that coming up with creative names for the Banandium Gems is just something I adore with these guys. Ooh, so we got this. This will be gold and Banandium chips. Also, I want to make note of something. Look at that. That is a town or a city off in the distance. And we are on Ingot Isle, which is kind of a just kind of like an off-the-shore spot. They did say off the shore of DK Island, and I'm kind of surprised you, like, can't really see DK Island from here. Because those are just islands that are looking similar to Ingot. So yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised you really can't see DK Island. Because that's not DK Island. I'm actually going to go in a little later in the game. I'm going to go on a theory about what I think that is. But for now, we're just gonna want to keep an eye on it. Just look at it and think about it. But don't, we're not gonna go into my theories just yet. Alright. So, now what I want to do is we're gonna keep going this way. Gonna make our way through here. And if we break the ground here, we can actually dig our way through and collect these 3 Banandium chips. But you could also just... Oh, Actually, this is not a... Oh, wait, here we are. I was gonna say, like, you can just kind of break your way through the wall. And just, that's like an easy way for you to get to that location as well. Alright, let's go ahead and keep going. We'll smash this down once again. And heading through, there's an entire room. And there seems to be monsters hiding out in here. Apparently these little enemies, I actually don't remember their names. I will probably put their name up on screen if I can find it. I know this game is still relatively new, so a lot of the enemy names are not, like, may not have been found yet, because I don't think the game specifically states a lot of these enemy names, but obviously we'll see. Okay, let's see. Anything through here? No. We're already at over 1,000 gold right now, which I think is pretty good. We're doing pretty, like, sitting pretty, but obviously something else you can do is you can use your sonar ability. This is something that it's not really explained until later, but there is a sonar ability that you can use, and it will pick up gold and Banandium chips and all that for you, as long as you're close enough. We'll get into a little bit of a system later on that will kind of increase that a bit. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of break open all this stuff. We're not gonna do everything here because it would just take far too long, but we'll get into most of it. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to this guy. There's a big old pile of golden bananas just up yonder. Feast your eyes and feed your stomach. Alright, well, let's go ahead and make our way through and busting all this up. I'm gonna try to do just a few quick... I'm doing a move that pretty much involves... just holding down, or like spamming the ZL and Y button. And it pretty much just allows you to, like, mow down everything in here. It's honestly kind of crazy. But I think it's just gonna take far too long to go through all this, honestly. So I think we're gonna... Oh wait, I guess it didn't pick... Alright, yeah, there it is. I was gonna say I thought it did pick up Banandium Gem chips, but I guess not. At least at that point. Yeah, it's just gonna take far too long to go around through here, so we'll just kind of make our way around and do some little last things, getting some gems and... Or not some gems, but some gold and all that jazz. And I guess let's go ahead and break up this Banandium Gem. Well, that was interesting. Seems a mysterious group has sunk us somewhere underground. And now we have to go in search of everybody. They also, you know, our hat also blew away. And I hate to say it, but, you know, a man without a man or a monkey without his hat. Is he truly a man or monkey at all? That's the true question we have to ask ourselves. Anyway, go ahead and come through this way. We'll actually go ahead and smack this around here, as there's just a bunch of stuff that we can kind of get around here through just some boxes and whatnot. But look through here, and there's Ingot Isle. We have Ingot Isle Cave-In. Sublayer 10. Wonder what fell. Huh? DK? You're okay? What a relief. Did you lose your britches when the mine collapsed? It looks like the entire Ingot Isle mine was pushed underground somehow. The others are already surveying the damage down there. Oh, and something else just fell down after us. I sure hope everyone's okay. Yep, we have to go meet up with the others. So, yeah, we've kind of went underground. The entire island seems to have been shoved underground by that mysterious force that we saw. We won't get to see that again for a little while, but we'll at least get to speculate about it. There's some apples here, which will heal your health, because as you can see, DK has HP. He has 3 hearts. And no, it's not like a Zelda game. There's not going to be 20 hearts that we have to go searching for heart pieces for or anything like that. No. The way we increase our hearts will actually be explained to us in due time. Let's go ahead and hit that. That'll activate this. And then we pull this out again. I guess, well, I didn't activate anything, but, you know, we got those. Looks like this guy smells gold. If we smash this down, we'll get some more gold to grab. Let's go ahead and hit this. We'll find some more pieces of gold. There appears to be something over here, though. We kind of break our way through here. One, we'll find yet another spot for us to, you know, pick up some gold. If we follow our way through here, we'll kind of find a path. It'll lead to somebody over here. Pretty much the interesting thing I love about, like, Odyssey and even this game, especially since this game kind of does it even more. I pretty much like to call this, like, DK Bananza Odyssey, but complete. Because it takes a lot of the elements we know and love from Odyssey and just refines them to perfection. Okay, there's something down here. Ooh, there's a balloon. So this balloon floats you back up after taking, or after falling without taking damage. So pretty much, we're gonna be getting into spots where we can fall down, and that will save us from falling. It's pretty much a DK staple. If you've played any of the Donkey Kong Country games, specifically like Returns and Tropical Freeze, like those are the balloons are pretty much your lives in that game, or those games. So pretty much they're kind of like lives here too. Exception to, you know, there's still the overarching Odyssey gimmick of, you know, no actual game over lives, just you just lose your main source of currency if you die fully. So we'll go into that, you know, when it actually happens. Because while I have I've obviously played through the game once before, I still am bad at it. Anyway, go ahead and come over here. And it looks like we can hop into this barrel cannon, which is a DK staple. And if we grab a chunk here and we decide to smack it around, we can destroy these thorns here, which will allow us to kind of pass through these areas, and we can collect these apples and some more gold and all that jazz. And then we can toss that there and pop back up through here. And it would appear that something mysterious is going on. Hey DK, glad you survived. Did you use the barrel cannon to get up here? Talk about useful, huh? I wish I could blast myself up to check on the folks in town, but this other barrel ain't working. This weird hard metal flowed out of that gizmo and sealed everything up tight. We have no idea what to do about it. Well, we can't defeat it on our own means. It doesn't look like we can do anything here. So I guess we're just gonna have to keep going down this way. Go ahead and grab some more gold here. Let's talk to this guy. Wonder what this thing is, and that other thing that fell down after us. Oh, hey DK, you got here at just the right time. I've got a favor to ask. You saw something fall down here with us, right? I think it made a crater when it landed beyond that tunnel. Could you go check it out for us? Sure, why not? Let's do it. Alright. Go ahead and head through here. We're gonna keep smashing the walls because that is like the most addictive part of this gameplay, is that you just have the urge to want to smash everything just to try to see what you can find, pretty much. And that's definitely gonna be something I'll catch myself doing from time to time. The Odd Rock has decided to join you. You can now use the power of Odd Rock's voice. Yep, we now have a new companion in Odd Rock. Actually, if we come up here, you can actually kind of see, you know, we got DK and Odd Rock here. Also, I kind of spoiled this But we're going to go into that a little. There is a skill tree in this game. We're going to go into that a little bit later once we actually have the ability to do anything with that skill tree. I just kind of want to show that Odd Rock is, you know, there on that stat screen. But yeah, so we have a new friend. This mysterious rock who appears to be wrapped up in that stuff that we saw earlier with that barrel. Seems to be wrapped up in the same stuff. Okay, go ahead and grab this Banandium Gem chip. Break this on our way back up. And with using Odd Rock's voice, we can now destroy this. Which will gain us access to this barrel cannon, in which we can now head up to the town and check in on the locals. Nice work, DK. I saw it all from here. I can't believe you destroyed that thing. Up ahead, you'll find the heart of Ingot Isle, Baboom Town. Be careful, okay? There are some weird critters poking around. Eee! Sounds scary. Music would make me feel better. Yeah, that's the spirit. If you get confused or lost on your way, try singing a little ditty. Yeah, so the interesting thing about this game is, and something I really hope that Nintendo kind of keeps going with, you know, a lot of the newer games that they release, is there are actually voice-acted characters. Specifically, Odd Rock is fully voice-acted. You saw in that cutscene there that Odd Rock said words, like was speaking full English. And, you know, depending on the version you play, depends on, like, you know, what language Odd Rock speaks. Also, there's a chest here. We open this chest, and we can find some gold. We'll get into a little more about what chests do in this game, as you cannot, you won't just find gold in chests as well. But yeah, like, it's very interesting because Nintendo for a while, it felt like, you know, voice acting other than like a select few voice clips was kind of just not a thing for them. Like, when you realistically think about it, like, it just felt like it wasn't really a thing that Nintendo was, you know, interested in doing. Because, really, other than, like, the few select lines that, Peach says, you really don't hear her say anything other than, like, Mario and, stuff when it comes to, like, the 3D Mario games or anything like that. Like, it's really unique, and I really just hope it's something that carries into the, you know, the other games that come out on Switch too, because especially since, like, Switch 2's power can also come to with better, like, optimization to storage space. And I know, like, back on the Wii and GameCube and stuff, like, I know a lot of storage would go to you know, voice clips and pre-rendered cutscenes and whatnot. So, I don't know. I'm just really hoping that this sticks, because it's going to become a more apparent thing as we go on our journey, that voice acting will be there. It's not all characters. Like, all characters still have these, you know, type of dialogue that, you know, a lot of, you know, Nintendo games prior have had. But honestly, with how, like, successful and how people have felt with, you know, Zelda taking the turn to fully voice-acted characters, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea for, like, them to, you know, create that kind of twist for Mario and, like, the Mario series and stuff like that. And I mean, characters who don't normally talk, like DK and, you know, Mario himself, like, keep them like that. Just give the characters who you naturally do usually hear speaking more dialogue than just their sounds and stuff. Like, you know, give them actual voice-acted dialogue, like Peach. Like, give Peach, Rosalina, Daisy, like, give all these characters voice-acted dialogue. It would be such a cool concept. I am a very passionate person when it comes to voice acting, primarily because, like, I As much as I'm following a different path right now, just because I've enjoyed the work I've been doing lately, I still am very much a voice acting enthusiast, and I would love to do voice acting at some point in my career, but like professionally. So like when it comes to what I would want to see out of voice acting in video games, I get very passionate about it.
DK, Baboom Town's been burglarized. Have you noticed? Every single banana we dug up has vanished. You'll help us get all our bananas back, right? Great. Then let me point you towards our first clue. A rumor's going around about something strange on the top of the banana mine. The path up ahead will take you there.
Alrighty, well, if we go ahead and head over here first, we can find this apple here. This apple actually is a healing item. It will it'll pretty much just heal you when your hearts are low. So that's another place you can kind of. They're not all that common. Like there pretty much won't be like one every step of the way that you're on this adventure. But you know there will still be a decent amount of them. It's pretty much like a big apple compared to the small apples we find. It's just like feels like a full heal somewhat in most cases. Okay, so there is some crates in here, and I think if we dig down, no. Oh wait, maybe this thing will help us. No. Oh wait, here we go. Yep, we dig down right there. We can easily get in here, grab some of these Banandium chips, and we can go on our merry way. We're not gonna get into too much exploring around Ingot Isle Cave-In, as pretty much a lot of this area is not accessible on your first visit, and like you won't see a lot of the elements that other areas will have until much later, much later. So for now, we're just gonna kind of do a small bit of exploring, just because it'll be important to us to have some gold and some Banandium chips and whatnot. Okay, let's pull this back, and by doing so, we can come down through here. I'll find some more Banandium chips, as well as we can punch this out to get back to the area. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop there for exploring here, just because I don't want to get too spent on trying to explore this entire area top to bottom, as you know we will be doing that in some form later on. If we go ahead and open this chest here, we'll get ourselves some more gold, which is very good for us to have. And let's go ahead and take this barrel cannon, where we can get to the next part, Banana Mine Climb. Alright, let's go ahead and play music, and we can destroy this thing that seems to be labeled with something called Voidco. We're going to want to remember that for a little later, because that will come up. And if we time this right, we can blast through all those golden blocks. Looks like we have gotten some smashing stats pulled up. We'll go into the smashing stats. We'll go into what those do a little later, as we, can't really do anything about that now. But we can go ahead and destroy this, or destroy that enemy. Make our way over here to yet another checkpoint. I'm gonna see what that has, though. Is that just gold? Oh, gold and a piece of rock. Alright, looks like we're almost to the top here, according to this guy at least. If we go ahead and hit this will give us a shortcut back up from the from Baboom Town's entrance, I guess. And if we go right here, we can talk to this guy.
Hey DK, have you seen the summit? There's a weird stake with a mean-looking face stuck up there. It's that banana bandit. His flying dirt pile put it there. I saw it. If you're heading up there, be careful.
Well, we got no choice. We gotta We gotta go up here. The story says so. Alright, go ahead and time our time our shots correctly, as, you know, any DK game. And... And it appears this Banana Bandit's mysterious powers have created a rock monster. All we have to do is punch it, though. We don't have to do anything more or mage completely out of the ordinary. So go ahead and keep punching him, and he will break down to a golden skeleton. And then all we have to do is punch the skeleton. I will say fights and enemies are kind of ridiculously easy in this game, but trust me, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I have had my nitpicks about it, but in hindsight, it's not always a bad thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this keyhole. Dive after the bananas. Don't mind if I do. I'm a man of potassium. I will gladly dive after my bananas. Isn't that such a smooth title screen? I swear I thought this was so cool how they just are like Donkey Kong Bananza after you dive into the first hole. So it's just so cool. I love this game. We've landed in the lagoon layer. Sublayer 100. We've landed in the Ape Cape and Banana first Crocoid Crack. Alright, and every time we get 5 bananas, we get a skill point. This will allow us to upgrade any of our stats. So, pretty much, we can choose right now. There are some points that need 2, but we can choose between better collecting, which is, you know, using your hand or increases your hand slap range to where you can get more, or you can like collect items better. There is the jump shot, which allows you to pretty much jump off of an item that you use for a double, or I guess a piece of, a chunk. I don't know why I'm saying a piece of something. Pretty much you just use a chunk of something and you can jump off of it for extra height. And obviously, some health. Since it says to get this, we're going to go ahead and start off by giving ourselves 4 hearts. So yeah, every time we get an upgrade, or we get 5 bananas, we get a skill point, and we can use that to upgrade. So that'll be a bit of a new system for us, as we can kind of divide over what we want to upgrade and what we don't. But since we have made it to the lagoon layer, and there seems to be some interesting or I guess somebody up there that we need to talk to, as well as some interesting new enemies, I think we're gonna stop there. Next time on Donkey Kong Bananza, we explore the lagoon layer and seeing if we can find any Banandium Gems, as that's pretty much what feels like our goal is sometimes, or at least in DK's mind. We'll just, you know, explore this area and see what it has to offer. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, troops out a ton. Make sure to subscribe dibbly dibbly if you've not already. And I will see you guys all